Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 105 of the Anime on Draft podcast.
We've been doing this for a while.
Yeah?
No, you're right. Yeah, my bad. Sorry.
We've done it at least 104 times.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing. At least 104.
But yes, this is technically 105 weeks of actual content.
Mm-hmm.
But we've existed a little bit longer than that.
A little bit, yeah.
But anyways, I'm your host this week, Rolando, joined
Hi.
by my beautiful co-hosts, Alec and Drew.
Yo, welcome. Yeah,
Hello.
Thanks for joining.
So this week we've got quite the episode because while we may not be covering like too much of like what we normally cover, we do have some interesting topics to discuss later.
Mm-hmm.
So look out for that. But this week we have a few different beers, but like the main theme, I guess, is Pilsners / Shandies.
Mm-hmm. Summer beer.
Summer beers, that is correct.
Drinkable summer beer, yeah.
So, why don't we start with you, Drew, since like you kind of brought this idea to us. So, like, what do you have?
Yeah. So I talked about it. I think it was last week. About wanting to try this Mikkeller beer that was a pilsner that was brewed with yuzu fruit. And so I went out and actually randomly found it at a liquor store near me, and I'm like, oh, I'll get it because I want to try it. So I have the Chill Pils by Mikkeller. It is a pilsner-style beer brewed with yuzu. And here is a little bit of the can art.
They always got crazy can art.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like summer. It's a summer beer, so it's like a lady eating a popsicle.
But she is the popsicle.
Here's the beer itself. It is a little bit lighter than what you can see on the camera, but it is that classic Pilsner style, and it tastes delicious.
Yay.
Oh, nice.
It's perfect for what we were kind of describing, like a really hot, warm day, especially when it's like right out of the fridge, nice and cool, chilled off. Super bubbly, has that like cardamom crisps flavor. Very one or two notes. It finishes with that like lemony yuzu flavor. It actually reminds me of how Strong Zero finishes, Rolando.
Oh, really?
The bitter lemon or whatever it was. It kind of finishes like that. Obviously not as intensely alcohol flavored, but it has like that lemony sort of tinge to it. But it's good. Super refreshing, crisp, and delicious. I think it is. How much is it? 5.1 ABV. So not too heavy, but have a couple of tall boys of these, and you're good to go. So I definitely recommend.
Trying to see where.
I like a lot of Mikkeller stuff. Every time we've gone there, I've tried something new, and most of it has been pretty good. There's a couple ones that were a little bit hard to put down.
That kiwi one I had last time was not very good.
There was a stout, I think, when we all went. What was it, over winter? And that like cherry stout, I think, it just wasn't too tasty. But otherwise, normally pretty good.
Well, anyways, what do you have, Alec?
I have the Pilsner Urquell. I don't know how you say it, but it's kind of cool. It's like old school bottle art. Look, it's got a stamp on it.
It's Czech
Yeah,
beer.
it's
Czech
Czech
beer.
And it looks really nice. It poured super clear, super golden, and if you can see it in there,
I can
it's
see the bubbles,
extremely
yeah.
bubbly.
Yeah,
So,
I see it. I don't
smells.
think you can see mine. Mine's a little bit more cloudier than yours. Yours is like that crisp, like, looks like that classic.
It's
Hills.
just like you get a Pils and it's that shiny golden see-through. Like I poured it out and I was like, ooh, this is nice, but I mean, I don't know. It kind of smells like Corona.
My Sharona.
My Sharona.
It's good.
No,
It's
the
got a kind of
Corona.
a bitter front taste. I don't really know. I was like trying to see on the bottle if there's anything special about it. I think it's honestly just like they call it the original Pilsner. It tastes like a Pilsner if you just think of a Pilsner and you want what tastes like a Pilsner. Here you go. That's just kind of the best I can describe it. It's pretty good, so definitely would buy again.
Well, that one sounds good. I couldn't find that one, but I guess I should have looked in the Czech aisle.
Apparently, I saw it and it was actually in the German aisle for me, and I was like,
they apparently didn't know where Czechoslovakia was.
no, I don't think so.
They're like, Pilsner.
I was looking. They had some like German Pilsners, but I saw this one. It looked really cool. And on
We
the
never had a Czech beer, so yeah.
no, on the little tag, it had like a 88 out of 100 or something, 88 out of something. I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot.
No.
So
When you do those classic flavors correctly, it's like hardly anything ever beats it. It's just like good.
Yeah.
You can't. It's simple. It's just good. Yeah.
Well,
a little skunky, but good.
thought I was getting a shandy type beer that was made with a Pilsner, but I didn't. But anyways, I have the Stiegel Radler
I saw that.
grapefruit.
I almost got that too, and then I was like, I don't know if that's true to what we want. So, but it looks really good. So you have to tell me.
Well, apparently, Radler is basically a shandy. It's just in German, Radler just means cyclist, I think, is what it said on the packaging.
Interesting.
And it's basically just it's the same thing.
It's just
this
a beer
one
mixed with
says
fruit juice.
it's 40% Stiegel Goldbräu and 60% fruit soda. So it's like the makings of a shandy, but apparently
I might be dying.
Someone's in our house.
apparently I just looked up what the Stiegel Goldbräu is, and that's a Vollbier.
What's that?
I don't know.
Okay. We're learning stuff here.
So I guess, well, in parentheses on their site it says Märzen, premium lager. So I'm guessing it's a very malty lager. But their
What's it called?
their own
Volts
website, Goldbräu. It's a Goldbra with an umlaut U.
I'm gonna Google it while you keep talking.
But apparently this is it's on their website. They say the Goldbräu is the traditional beer specialty from the Stiegel Brewery of Salzburg.
Interesting. Maybe I should have gotten this.
Another tag is liquid gold. So yeah, but
I hope it looks gold then.
because
Watch, it's purple.
this is a 60% juice or soda, whatever. It's only 2% ABV. It cut the ABV in half. So
But it will be refreshing.
it will be
I think.
refreshing, but
Yeah.
absolutely not alcoholic whatsoever.
Shout outs to Mark, our other dad as well. He is drinking a Sam Adams Radler, so you're not alone in your
Nice.
Radler journey this afternoon.
Look at that.
Ooh.
80-20.
Oh, it's like
Ooh, hey.
it looks like grapefruit soda.
Oh, hey, by the way, nice cup.
glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a feeling you'd say that
Aw,
after I
mine's,
pulled this one up.
mine's not as cool, but it
That's
is
a good Pilsner
glass.
glass. Yeah. Mine is not quite. I had one like that and I lost it. It broke in my move.
I was like, you got a Hefeweizen glass, but close enough.
Yeah.
Close.
My Pilsner glass shattered
Oh no!
That's not good.
in the box.
But
It exploded
It did. It just blew up.
spontaneously, like that firefighter anime that we're gonna
Oh,
watch
yeah.
next
Oh,
season.
yeah.
I'm actually so hype about that. But
I think it's gonna
anyway,
be pretty
Soul
good.
Eater Fire.
Right? Same guy.
Wow, this smells like fucking just like the San Pellegrino like sodas. It smells
that's what
like
I was
that.
thinking. That's like what it looks like.
It's so grapefruity.
Oh, Alec, you broke the Twitch stream apparently.
I did.
Oh.
You switched to scene, guy.
Uh-oh.
Did you press
Fixed
a
it.
hotkey?
I did. I did accidentally hit hotkey. I think there was a point where it probably just randomly flashed between scenes too.
It's just showing
Out of control.
It's just showing like his desktop and then not us.
Sorry guys.
Where are those voices coming from?
Oh man. All right. We're
This just tastes like grapefruit soda.
Did it have like any like alcohol influence in it at all?
No.
No.
good. None.
It's
whatsoever.
I guess maybe the beer is taming down the tartness of the grapefruit,
Sure.
but it's very just juice like.
Yeah, it's like you drink those hazies where they like just put so much juice in it. You still get like the super bitter like hop taste, but it sounds like for this it's just like soda.
Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna switch my glasses so that I would look like a hipster cycler.
How could you forget?
How could I forget?
I'm really happy with this choice
Now I look
for
like
pilsners right now.
Oh, now you can drink it for sure.
yeah. Now I
so-
can drink it for sure.
Yeah,
I look
Your
like
earlier impressions
Yeah.
didn't matter.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'll drink it.
Now. This is shit.
Yeah,
he
this
likes
one's
the irony of
this
it.
one's a little too mainstream for me.
Stiegel. The Stiegel.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's
It is.
good. It like you're gonna have to drink this whole can fairly quickly to get. I don't even
Any
think
sort
you'll
of
get
buzz.
anything,
Yeah.
any sort of buzz from 2% ABV. But
Right.
I mean, it's refreshing. Like if you know someone that doesn't like beer whatsoever, I know I've said this before with
Right.
other beers like this,
But most of all, this one.
but most of all, this one that has no alcohol or beer taste whatsoever. This one will be the one. I mean, like we had the Fruity, and that one was like a very good like intro beer, I guess. But this one will
Like-
be even more so.
Yeah. If you actually want to taste the beer, get the Fruity.
Yeah. If you don't want to taste beer or get buzzed, then get this beer.
Or get soda, I guess.
I guess.
You got a shot. You just shotgun it. It's the only way it's gonna work.
I feel like this is the type of beer that you do need to take a few shots before drinking it if you want, like, if you just want to enjoy with this. Like, this isn't even like this isn't even beer. It's like, you know how nowadays you have to get carded to buy kombucha. This is like basically that. Like, I'm getting carded to buy juice, to
Right.
buy soda.
Because it has a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, next thing you
2%.
know, we're going to be getting carded to buy Listerine, so.
Oh,
And
yeah.
vanilla
And
and
vanilla
Robitussin.
extract, yeah.
They already do it for Robitussin,
Yeah.
right? Or
They do,
whatever.
yeah. Pretty much all cough medicines. Yeah, vanilla
So
extract
stupid.
specifically. Actually, my sister's husband is a he works in what is it? As a what do they call him? Not a nurse, but anyways, in like the ER, and he's saying people come in drunk off vanilla extract all the time.
smells like Betty Crocker in there. It smells like they just went to a big
Yeah,
sit
he's
up.
like, at least they
Yeah.
don't smell bad when I'm carrying them to their bed.
It's like 50 or 60% that stuff. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's really strong, and it tastes so bad though. Have you ever had like a little bit on
It's
your
like
pinky?
so like that's why when
Awful.
you like bake with it, you put like so
Yeah,
little.
you literally like, and that's it.
Yeah,
Anyways.
it's people. Yeah. Different.
Yeah. Well, what about
Yeah.
you, Drew? What's your beer like?
What's it like?
Yeah. What is it
Tastes
like? Like yuzu's?
Tastes- Yeah, it's like it's a pilsner. Like imagine the classic pilsner taste of what Alex drinking, and then put a little bit of butter lemon in there. That's what it tastes
Butter lemon. Oh yeah, nice.
Butter
nice,
lemon.
nice.
Buttery lemon.
No, just like a little bit of like, because like uzu, if you've had it before, it's like a little bit more tart than lemon. It has like a slightly off kind of flavor, but it's good. Yeah, it just has like a little bit of finish with that, nice and crisp and clean. The thing that's gonna bring it down in my rating is the aftertaste is a little bit unpleasant, but you just keep drinking more of it, and then it makes it better again. So, I think I will rate it a 4.
4. Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, I'll leave it at 4. It's like 4, 4.25, probably 4.
All right.
Good with that.
Alec, What about you?
I think it's really good. I would definitely drink it again. The smell, the one thing I will say is when you first get it, the smell that comes out is like really skunky. And you might think it's going to taste skunky. It doesn't really taste very skunky, which is nice.
That's why mine too. It's like a Pilsner. That's like what it smells like.
But otherwise, it's good. I don't know. There's something about pouring this beer out that was really enjoyable. It comes out, like you can see, it comes out super clear, super golden, and the bubbles are just like crazy. It's kept a little lace ahead the entire time. I'm going to give it a 4.25. It's a really good Pilsner.
Yeah.
Cool. This is not really beer. This is juice.
How's it rate for juice?
For juice, I would say it rates
10 out of
like
10.
a solid 4. I would say it's a tasty juice, but for a
Tasty
beer,
juice.
I'm gonna give this like a 3.25. Like it's not a bad beer. It's just I don't think it's a beer.
Right.
So
It's just malty soda.
yeah, it's like a malty grapefruit soda, which I mean it's a good drink. Like I'm enjoying drinking it.
It's
but
refreshing.
I'm not gonna get the beer enjoyment out of this that I was expecting to.
Right.
So I'm probably gonna get another beer partway through this episode to
Fair
compensate.
enough.
Oh, and
Fair enough.
this is 4.4%. So you could probably put a couple back and be just fine. It's I think like a good 3-4 kind of session beer.
Cool.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, moving on. So we have our pairing anime, our one technically anime that we're covering that we're talking about this week, which is Attack on Titan season 3 part 2.
The finale.
The finale. So this was episode 59, The Other Side of the Wall. And basically it just explained a lot more things that we were confused about last episode. And then left it open for next season. And of course, as with with season 3 part 1's finale, we were just left with cryptic images of what is to come.
And now we have to wait another 4 years to get it.
No, actually, we only have to wait until
2020.
fall of 2020.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah,
not so
they
bad.
announced it.
Yep.
Cool.
Who will animate it is up in the air, but
Not Wit, most likely.
we'll get something at least.
Yeah. The beach
Like,
scene
who
was really
knows?
good though. The animation was like super good.
Because the rest of the episode wasn't very good.
Well, going off of that, what did you think of the episode in total, Drew?
I think the main thing is Flock is his name, the like the red haired
The swirl head.
guy.
Yeah.
Swirl
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, he's got weird hair.
I think that was probably the most important, or at least one of the most important things that happened, because he kind of expresses what everybody else is feeling. Imagine being one of the lone survivors in this group and having the opportunity to save the person who is in charge, like the lead, who's been instrumental in this giant push to overthrow the government and then take back the land and all that stuff, and then saying, hey, guess who we decided to res instead of that guy? This fucking weirdo with the bowl haircut, and we gave him like a super important Titan power on top of that when Erwin could have had it. And you can see how everyone's in the room kind of thinking the same thing. They're staring back at it. It's like, why does this asshole get to live?
It's like in World of Warcraft. Should we res the DPS or the tank? Probably the tank.
It's like, we're gonna lose if the tank's dead, so we probably need that. No, I got that.
Get
These
Armin.
numbers are so good.
He's got to see the sea.
But I think you put this here, Rolando. I actually felt, and we've said this a couple times, but Jean actually kind of steps in and is the mediator, and he's been kind of this cool, level-headed character going forward, which is nice to see from where he came for sure. Other than that, the scene on the beach is cool. I think we're gonna talk about it a little bit. But all the ending credits scenes where it was flashing between what we know and maybe what's to come, looks very interesting. Definitely a lot of more so the society, I'll call them the more modern society versus the society in the wall, and you can see the more modern society children being like killed and chaos, and it looks like Aaron's kind of pissed, and a bunch of cool imaging. But what we're actually gonna get next season, who knows?
Who knows?
What about you, Alec? What do you think about like Flock first, and then the episode in total?
For Flock, I actually thought it was really cool that they let, like, as he put it, a fodder actually have so much to say, and kind of, even though his opinions and feelings got glossed over at that moment, you don't really get, in a lot of TV shows, it's just the main characters, and there's like the occasional talk, but he had like a full-on speech as like a fodder, and he was, it was kind of nice that they used that to express what everyone else was feeling rather than just kind of continuing on with, well, Armin's alive, yay. I thought that was cool, but I agree with him. What he said about the people, like people not standing up, and Armin just kind of being, or not Armin, Aaron being kind of crazy, but I thought it was a cool speech that he got to give as somebody who essentially is just a throwaway person. So,
So you guys agree with what he said?
I mean, I think to an extent it makes sense for Erwin to be alive, but I think at the same time Armin's gonna bring something different to the table than than Erwin would, and so I'm interested to see where it goes, because I think Armin has that kind of mind for strategy without the complication of like having lived in the society for so long and having his own agenda. Armin's agenda was always a little more pure. He just wanted to see the sea, and so now so it's kind of different.
I think knowing what we know as the viewer versus like putting ourselves in their situation, it's obviously us knowing what we know. It's obviously better that Armin gets picked. But if you were in that situation, like in that room with them, and not knowing kind of everything, it's obviously like, yeah, like why would you make that stupid like irrational decision? So I guess if you put yourself in the shoes of the viewer, it makes sense. But if you're in the actual world, it's kind of like, yeah, that was maybe not the best choice.
Captain Levi, though, that was kind of cool how he came to the decision at the time, because I didn't expect him to make such an emotional decision. I thought he would just kind of go with hierarchy orders or whatever.
I agree with what you said, Drew, about like what we know as the viewer compared to what they know. So it's like in his mind, like he's just a grunt. So all he knows is that Erwin's the one that was like the strategist behind everything. Like he staged the coup against the king. He's the one that kind of showed to them that the scouts could kind of overthrow and like reveal the truth to everybody. And then he's kind of the one that got them to go and retake Walmaria. And what we know as the viewer is that Armin has always been the one that thinks outside the box. And so he's kind of been the one that in every situation since season 1, like with the whole Titan encounter with Annie's Titan in the forest, and then when they finally capture Annie, and then all the stuff with Bertolt and Reiner and everything kind of ever since then, that's been Armin kind of thinking outside the box, whereas like Erwin's kind of just been a more traditionalist. Like he thinks solely with what's presented to him, whereas like Armin thinks like what could they be doing, and how can we kind of play off of that. And so like we know that like it's even Erwin's choice to not have him be saved, and essentially like all of that, but them,
He slapped his hand away.
yeah, like all they think is like, you didn't bring back our commander, you brought back a lowly soldier. So I can understand the feeling behind it, but I thought it was pretty arrogant of him to say all these things, especially in the presence of everybody, including Levi, and basically dragging Levi's decision through the mud in front of him and in front of other superior officers, which, technically he could get like fucking court-martialed or, like whatever for just even saying that kind of shit. just like saying that stuff about his commander, or I mean his captain, whatever, his ranking
His-
officer.
That's a good point.
I'm
They're also
surprised
at a
Levi.
funeral,
Yeah,
which I forgot.
I'm surprised Levi just kind of let it play out, instead of
Well, if you
using it
think-
like being like, you should probably stop like before you like
I
get
think
yourself
he's
into trouble or
probably a
something.
little like still unsure of his own decision.
Well, if you think about the character of the Flock, he essentially died. Like, he should not be alive by all means. So like at this point, he doesn't really care. I think he's like, I probably shouldn't be here. You know, I got super lucky to come out of, you know, everything unharmed like that. It's kind of like I've been reading the Stephen King book. It's one of the Gunslingers, the Gunslinger series, and basically, or the Dark Tower series, I should say.
That's a really good series.
Basically, like, there's this guy who's like super diseased and like fucked up, and he said, one of the main characters says, like, you know, he's got nothing to live for. You can't reason with him because he's like so irrational, because he's like on death's door anyway. Maybe a little bit of different situation here, but I can definitely see like where he's like, I don't care anymore. I'm a coward. I shouldn't have even been here in the first place, and if I did go, which I did, I should have been dead. So it kind of puts that kind of spin on it, I think.
I thought it was pretty poignant though that he said to Aaron to his face, like, you probably think that that you're right all the time, which is something that everyone has thought about Aaron
Yeah.
since season
Yeah,
one.
absolutely.
But ironically, in this case, he's actually right, as opposed to a lot of the other times where like you're just like, dude, Aaron, shut up.
Yeah. Stop crying.
Yeah. But it's just kind of funny because it's like this is finally said to his face, but like he's a different character now since like
Yeah.
learning all of the truth.
Yeah.
So
But
I just thought
you
it was
can
pretty funny.
you can even see too, like, when he gets to like where he remembers from his father's memories and stuff, he's just like totally like, damn, it was everything's they said was right. It's true. We don't necessarily know that, but from Aaron's perspective, it's like, damn, everything I saw is legit. It's, you know, it's us against the world, pretty much. What's gonna happen? Who knows?
Well, going on to that, what do you guys think will happen?
War. Yeah.
War?
Yeah.
That was
Or-
pretty unanimous right there.
Yeah, right at the same time.
Whoa.
I mean,
What do
I
you-
think some sort of battle will happen, but who knows of the scale? And like they have to cross the ocean now, so first they have to start with that. I don't know.
I just want to see like the initial confrontation and like what the like modern societies that I keep calling them, like what their soldiers like react to them. They're like, what the fuck?
I wanna
Like,
see
this
what they
was
look like
never
now,
supposed
too.
to happen. Yeah,
Because it's
it's
like
probably not too much different, because I mean Grisha maybe 30, 20 years after, 30 years maybe.
but they
didn't
still
look
have
like
the
super old.
supposedly still have the power of the other Titans. I don't know.
Well, what we know is they have the
Beast
coordinate,
Titan.
for
Yeah, the enemy, the world.
the enemy
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
They have Beast Titan.
backpack slouch sloth guy, and they have Zeke, the Beast
Beast
Titan.
Titan,
Titan.
and not colossal, armored Titan.
Armored
And
Titan,
they-
yeah, because
don't they have Ymir?
wasn't Ryder can't die.
Yeah,
And don't they have Ymir? She's something.
We-
they have Ymir, but I don't know how she plays into everything.
Yeah.
She
That'd
was
be
on like she
interesting.
was close to dying, right? She was like almost at the 13 year.
Yeah,
Something.
close to the 13-year mark. So I have no idea what's gonna happen
And who's gonna
with her.
take her power?
Yeah. I also have no idea what is gonna go on with that vision that Aaron saw when he kissed Historia's hand. So it's like, so it's like we know they go to the sea a year later after that, but like I'm just trying to figure out what that whole thing is. But
I
now,
think he saw Grisha's first encounter with the royal family.
yeah, he saw that, but like, why was his face like that? Was the weird thing?
All like horrified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, but I'm wondering. So they did kind of elaborate on the point that we were confused about last week, where he touches someone with royal blood and he can control the Titans. So it's like, I think what he meant was as long as he's touching someone with royal blood, he can use the power. So I'm wondering if the person with royal blood has to be a Titan at that point, or if he can just like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
have
because
Historia sit on his fucking shoulder and
Right.
you control
well, I
Titans.
mean, could they just like give him a vial of her blood and be like, carry this everywhere, and he could just scream at shit?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But like it seems like his worry was that they were gonna force her to become a Titan.
Well,
Or
and
maybe
now
she
they
already has, Titan powers, or
now they
who
can't
knows?
force her because she'll just become the king, and then
Well, only if she has the
Ruin it.
coordinate power in him or
Right.
in her, but Aaron already took that.
Do you mean like just make her a mindless Titan?
I don't know if they would make her a mindless Titan.
Give her like the Beast Titan or something?
Well, they would need to
Kill.
secure a Titan though.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is the other question. Or do
And-
they like, all right, Armin, you're gonna get
Right.
you're
Well,
gonna
they
get
also
eaten by
said
Historia.
the needle they had was the last one they had.
Yeah,
So
but after they go and fight Marley, then they can.
They seem
probably
to
get
have
more.
like an
Well, they've got-
infinite supply of them because they were just making Titans.
they
Yeah.
also have a little fatty guy crawling on the ground, trying to get to the wall. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah. They could just take his spinal juice, because it's just Titan spinal fluid, is what they said.
oh, I guess it is.
Yeah, they were like, because that's at least in Marlin, whatever they were saying. It's just we inject you with Titan spinal fluid, and then you turn into a Titan if you're a subject of Ymir, and then off they go. I don't know.
Eat some yummies.
Go eat some people.
There's a lot to be answered. I know this manga is ending this year, and or I don't know if it's this year, but like it's gonna be ending, and then we'll receive a fourth and final season. They did have to slip the words "final" into there, and so Production IG is the they've been the kind of like creative, I guess, backers of the series since season 1, and they've just been having Wit Studio animate it and kind of like control production of everything. So I'm wondering if Production IG will just use their own animation studio to do the 4th season, or if they'll outsource it again. But if it is Production IG, we all know what Production IG CG looks like.
CGI Titans, all of them.
Everything is going to be
not just a couple.
everything is going to be CG. All of the whole show is there's going to be no animation.
That'll be cool.
Goblin Slayer turns around and walks down a hallway.
And then just
We're-
blinking
It-
eye.
It's just going to be a face-off between Aaron and Reiner, and it's just going to show their faces, and it's just going to show Aaron's face for 3 minutes, and it's going to cut to Reiner's face for 3 minutes.
And then one of them will die.
Yeah,
Whoa, what happened?
just spontaneously.
I did Google something actually in relation to this episode. They kept showing the conch shell, and I was like, why do they keep showing the damn conch shell? And I Googled it, and there's a Hindu myth that the conch makes the om sound, and that is said to awaken the ignorant from their slumber.
Oh,
So I
okay.
thought that might be applicable.
I was wondering
I
about
like
that
it.
too.
Yeah, why they kept showing it.
They showed it, and it was just like, because like Levi is like telling Hanji like, that might be poisonous, and then she
Yeah.
picks it up, and I'm just like, it's just a conch shell.
It's just a conch shell, yeah. And then Mikasa was just holding one, and they just zoomed in on it as they ended the episode. They just kept showing it, so I was like, all right, what the fuck does this shit possibly mean? And
I'm
that
sure
is-
there was going to be a meaning behind it. I just
There's-
didn't look it up.
Yeah,
You did.
I Googled it. Someone had to.
Yeah.
So there you go. More you know.
Yeah.
All right.
Hindu myths.
Final impressions of season 3, part 2.
Definitely one of the stronger seasons, I would say.
I really enjoyed it.
The ending is a little lackluster, but I mean, they kind of have to stop it. So, I mean, I guess the way that they did it was okay. And I do actually like how they teased what's. I mean, if the ending scene means anything, which most of the time it does.
Right.
I kind of like that. Giving us a little sneak peek of what's to come. But overall, it was good.
I enjoyed
Definitely better than a couple of the previous ones, for sure.
it. I thought it had a nice mixture of kind of action and politics and then world building. So that was cool that we got a little bit of everything rather than one
Yeah.
or the other.
Absolutely.
Well, out of 10, what would you rate it?
8.75.
I was gonna say 8.
I'm gonna say 8 as well. I thought this was stronger than season 2, and I did like it slightly better than season 3 part 1. I thought that they did a better job this season of kind of pacing everything compared to the previous 2, I guess 1.5 seasons. I don't know why they just didn't call this season 4 and the next one season 5. But it
Did it?
Like,
It didn't
either way.
continue, did it? It wasn't one then the other, or did it? I don't remember anymore.
it continued, but like a year later.
Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah, it should just be season 4.
I don't know. It's like typing that name in or Attack on Titan season 3 part 2. It's
And
just
it's,
like
it's even in
Episode
the opening
so
animation.
much.
It says
Yeah.
season 3 part 2 in
Yeah.
the. And it's just like,
Yeah.
why?
Just give
would
me
you do that?
4.
Yeah.
4. Be done with it. Anyway.
Yeah. You,
Mark checking in. He says probably my favorite since season 1, and I think I tend to agree
that's
as well.
basically what we all just said, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. It'd be like
yeah.
if this next season of Shokugeki is really good. I'd be like, all right, there we go, season 1 and this season.
I mean, I'm not going to count on that.
no, I'm not counting on that. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Hobo told me how they resolved this arc, and it's just a disaster.
Nice.
It's
Alright.
just a fucking disaster.
Looking forward to that.
I didn't think I was gonna get another season, so I was like, just tell me what happens, and I'm like, oh no.
They probably won't even cover it.
No.
Oh man,
They'll probably do some sort of anime original ending.
Oh god.
a boat will just be a boat.
I don't know if they're going to go that
Yes.
route.
Yeah, just air a boat.
So anyways, those were our impressions of Attack on Titan season 3 part 2.
Good
do
stuff.
part do.
Part dude.
One
Whoa.
episode below 60 episodes, which is kind of an odd number to end on, but
Oh, it hurts me.
Yeah.
Just give me 60.
no, 60 will be the recap episode that they
Recap.
add.
Yeah.
But moving on. So we've got a few different things to discuss, but first off, in our happy hour, let's talk about the remaining shows you've been watching this season. Any shows that ended from spring 2019?
No. Kimetsu no Yaiba I thought might end, but it's 26 episodes, so it's halfway through. So nothing there.
One Punch Man has one more episode.
I believe
and
so.
it's nothing like special or crazy. It's just entertaining, like we keep saying every week. Nothing. They're wrapping up or maybe wrapping up the Hunter, Hero Hunter arc.
Hero Hunter.
I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
And then it'll
so-
continue into the evil Monster
Monster
Association.
Association. Yeah. But it's been entertaining. It's fun. Saitama's the man.
Yeah, pretty much. Cracks me up.
I was gonna say I tried to watch the end of Bakano. I'm like 2 episodes away, but it just got bad again.
Really?
So I don't know if I'll finish it. It's just like ugh.
It's hard.
I
It's
stopped
hard.
To like
watching.
will
I,
yourself to watch it.
I watched a couple
Yeah.
more episodes and I was like, I'm just gonna drop it.
Yeah,
It wasn't good.
It has like sparks of promise. Like I don't know if you saw the episode Rolando where they're like on the boat. They're kind of talking about like the origins of like the powers and stuff. I thought that was like a good episode. And then it just started getting stupid again when they're on the train. And I'm just like I'm good. I'm okay. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. I tried. I really did, but it's just yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. I don't know if Mark finished it or anything, or if he dropped it too.
I don't know. If
But,
he's here,
no.
maybe he'll hop in. He said, "Let's
Enlighten
not
us."
talk about Shokugeki Kappa."
Well, any other shows? Maybe-
we talked about Kappa Boys, which we all liked.
That was good.
Yeah, I wasn't really watching too much this season. I was enjoying rewatching Death Parade. I think like that and Attack on Titan were the two like bright spots of
Yeah.
this
I haven't
season.
watched the
Tarzan
last
might.
Death Parade, and I'm really excited for next week because we're gonna
Yeah,
cover it then.
we decided to wait for Mark. 'Cause we want to just all come together and
Do
talk
it
about 'cause
live.
everyone's been enjoying it so far, so it'll be good to
It's
have
a good
everybody
show.
talk about it.
What about Kimetsu no Yaiba, Alec? I know it's continuing, but
It's really good. I think it's it's just a typical like shonen show. Like the fight scenes continue to be really good. This last episode, not this most recent one, the one before that, we kind of finally got an action scene of this annoying whiny character, and he's like super. He can only fight when he's asleep, basically, because if he's awake, he's too scared. And so when he like falls
one of those
asleep,
characters.
yeah, he gets like super overpowered and does like, do you know Rurouni Kenshin where he does the super fast like dash attack? He essentially does that, but with like golden lightning, and it's super cool. And then he like has a nose snot bubble and it pops, and he's like, "Oh my god, he's dead!" And he freaks out. And there's like this little kid in there. He's like, "Oh my god, did you save me?" And he's like, "What's wrong with you?" So it's got good comedy, and then they had some like heartfelt moments in this last one. So, but all in all,
The
it's pretty
animation's good too, huh?
It's really good.
Everything
yeah.
I see from it, it always looks like really good. I don't know if it's like that consistent throughout the show,
It is, yeah.
everything I've seen is good.
They throw in CG every now and again, and it's like, it's CG, but even that's
Yeah.
done pretty well. The art style that they have when he does his water attacks, it's kind of like, when you look at like traditional like paintings, and it's like that really like foamy white water ocean. They use that kind of art style for like these
Cool.
swirling, and it just looks really cool. So I definitely
cool.
recommend it. Good fights and stuff.
well, Mark answered our question, and he says he got to episode 8 of Bakano, and it got disjointed. So I'm assuming he dropped it there as well.
Yeah.
So
Poor Mark. Tough choice. It had promise. Like from how it was described, it kind of had promise, and then it just
Just didn't.
yeah.
Oh well, that's why we watch them, boys, to figure it out.
Let's see where we're going.
We're gonna save the end of Rising of a Shield Hero for a shot, since Alec, Mark, and I will be together for Anime Expo this week, so we can just do that
Record it
later.
then.
But
Should do that
I
Thursday.
finished. Let's see, what did I finish? So I did finish We Never Learn, Boku Ben, which
Oh, you did.
yeah, it is getting a second season in October.
How? Ugh.
It's actually, I think that this show was way better than Gotobun no Hanayome.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Like the execution of the show was just done a lot better, and it's like you dropped it like when it was at his worst, and it got way
It
better.
got better.
The main character isn't an idiot. And like part of the reason why I think it's like one of the better, I guess, rom-com harems is that so Naruyuki, the main character, isn't a complete idiot. He's basically aware of his situation, and he's not afraid to like kind of ask the questions like, do you like me? Or like that kind of thing, like, am I the one that you like? And then that kind of those kind of questions, and go through that. And so that's why I kind of like, I think it's better than some of the other shows. Not like I felt like Gotobun had a good premise, but the execution was done terribly. I felt like this one had better direction in general, and I felt like they did a good job of kind of making each girl's arc flow into one another and like show you ways that like they're like heroines, I guess. Like this one, I feel it's a bit more stylized like classic harem rom-coms from like the like 2000s, like back when they were all the rage, but it's slightly different because the main character is not an idiot. So
That's what I
thought
noticed from the couple episodes that I watched, is it felt like kind of like that classic rom-com harem, but exactly like you said, something about the characters was maybe a little bit different, but like the situations they go into, at least what I saw, is pretty similar, and like the one main conflict is there. But it's kind of nice, refreshing to hear that they did change it up a little bit.
yeah, it definitely got better later. And then once they kind of showed you Mafiu Sensei, the teacher, the pink-haired teacher, I thought she was probably like the best character of all of them. And then like there's one other character that she doesn't get revealed until like way later, and she's better than like some of the other girls. But yeah, I feel like it got stronger as it went on, and so I think it's deserving of a second season. I'm hoping they improve Gotobun in their second season, and then maybe like
let
give it to
Shaft
Shaft.
have it.
Like,
Yeah.
because like there were glimpses of it being good, and
The
one of those
premise is
glimpses
super
was
good.
Shaft doing it.
I
Yeah.
like the premise. Yeah, it's just, ugh.
Yeah, poor execution. So like I feel like just comparing, since these two shows are pretty similar, at least somewhat premise wise, I felt like
Yeah,
this was
yeah.
the better executed show
That's fair.
of the two. But yeah.
Yeah.
Other show I finished was where is it? What was the other show I finished? Oh,
I don't know.
yeah, there was another show. Was it like the? Let me look through my history. I think it was the. Yeah, it was. There was the. The wise man's grandchild, and that one was just like a brain dead magical fantasy series that I only watched because it was literally just brain dead. There was nothing really. There was no redeeming qualities of it other than this was just a show I watched to turn my brain off and fall asleep.
Nice.
So
Nice.
would not recommend. And I did finish Senryu Girl. That was the one with the girl that talked through poems, writing poems on paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was like a cute little series. Overall, it was one of the short 12-minute episode series, but that one was pretty good, I have to say.
Nice.
Neato.
Neato Petito, dude.
Yep.
Cool. Did you want to
Alright.
get another beer?
I just have
Yes.
to finish this one.
Okay.
I haven't really
Drinking
been
soda.
drinking it because it's
'Cause
like
it's
I'm
just
drinking
juice.
a soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carbonated juice.
Moving on to our next spot. So we've got Anime Expo coming this week. Drew won't be joining us, but Alec will be coming from Vegas, and then Mark and I already are in LA, so we'll be attending the convention Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we just kind of wanted to preview what we're going to be attending, where we'll be, if anyone wants to meet up. You'll know who to look out for. You can watch one of our VODs if you're an audio-only listener and see what we look like, I guess. How you look like.
And we'll probably
you
be
look
live
like,
streaming
yeah.
some of the days, so.
We will do that. I think we're doing Instagram Live. I have no idea. We have to
Something.
figure this out
Yeah.
beforehand.
We can do Twitch live too. We can get Streamlabs on one of our phones.
Oh, you can?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you
Because
could
I
just
was
stream
wondering
it
how
to
you
Twitch.
could do Twitch on your phone.
Yeah, no, because Nadine was streaming yesterday. I was like, "How do you do it on your phone?" She's like, "You just download Streamlabs app." And I was like,
Okay.
"Oh, that's really easy." Oh,
So maybe we'll
okay.
do that instead of Instagram Live.
And hopefully the internet holds
Is
up
good
there.
enough,
or
yeah.
the cellular network.
Who
Yeah.
has
So it
good
should be
internet?
okay.
I have Sprint.
Yeah, I have Sprint as well, so it might have to be Mark.
Is he Verizon
Hopefully.
or is he? I don't know what he is.
I don't know. He might be like AT&T or something.
Something, yeah.
But like, hopefully he also has a lot of data.
Yeah, that could be. Hopefully unlimited.
Otherwise,
Well, we'll figure this out, or
we'll
you
figure
guys
that
will
out.
figure this out. I'll be at the command center.
yeah, we won't be streaming the whole time, but like we'll just like be doing it in between because we are going to be just kind of getting video footage of like our impressions. We'll be talking about it and then post like a YouTube video about it later.
Like a vlog.
Yeah, and just a vlog of the whole event.
Maybe we could do two. we just have one person hold a phone and it streams while we're doing that, and the other person holds the camera and we videotape it, and then we can edit it all together.
We can do that.
We'll figure it out.
I think let's go over this list. Mark has unlimited data.
Unlimited boys.
Oh, all right.
All right, Mark is the phone boy.
He's the phone boy.
So I'm gonna just point out the stuff that Mark sent that he wants to do. Alec, if you want to pull up the schedule and look at what stuff you're interested in.
That's what I'm doing.
So Mark wants to go on Thursday. He's interested in the Wit Studio panel, the MAPPA panel, the Dr. Stone premiere, and that's a summer series, and then the Bang Dream Review Starlight crossover panel that I want to go to as well. And then Friday, he says Don Machi Season 2, Fire Force premiere panel, the A1 panel, the Mamoru Miyano premiere Inspector. I don't know what that is. That a series, Inspector? And then there's the premiere and Trigger panel. So there's Friday's packed.
Friday has a lot of stuff.
Jeez. Gonna be busy, boys. If you can get in, gotta get in.
So Saturday, both Mark and I will be at the Aqua concert, the Love Live concert, and then that takes up the majority of the day because it's like in the middle of the day. And then Alec, I think, is gonna look at the Sound Euphonium movie premiere that day.
Yeah, well, it's like the same time or starts just before your concert.
Something like that, I think.
And then I'm gonna figure out what I'm doing after that.
There's also the My Hero Academia Season 4 premiere, Demon Slayer event.
I gotta catch up.
So those are all of that. I still need to finish Season 3 of My Hero Academia, so I need to catch up as well.
The second season, I think.
And then Sunday, Mark put One Piece 20th Anniversary panel, and then there's also the Rascal Does Not Dream of Dreaming Girl movie that's premiering that on Sunday as well. And then there's Anime Man versus Guguk panel. That's gonna be interesting. Those are two YouTubers that I do actually watch their videos, so that's gonna be pretty interesting to go to.
It's a rap battle.
Yeah, rap battle. But yeah, Alec, do you see anything in particular that you are interested in?
I was looking at the Mappa and Wit studio on Thursday. Looked cool. Unfortunately, they're at the exact same time, so we're gonna have to choose. Or what we can do, because I know you're gonna be looking to buy stuff that day.
I'm gonna be in line at the Bushiroad booth at the very beginning of the con on Thursday.
If you want to find him, that's where you'll find him.
That is where I will be.
I was thinking maybe Mark and I, if we want to do both, one of us takes one of us takes the other, and we can just kind of compare notes, talk about them.
Rolando, if they have any good Kotori merch, let me know.
I won't know about the Bushiroad merch because they haven't posted anything on their social media, but I can send you a link to what they'll have at the Bandai booth. It's only gonna be postcards and pins, I think, for the official merch, but they will most likely have stuff at some of the other stores. So you can look out for it.
Keep a lookout.
Saturday, I'm gonna see the movie premiere, and then I was gonna kind of play it by ear. But the Guguk, when Mark put that down, that looks really. I want to go see that.
I'd want to go to that. That looks cool.
That looks cool. And I was kind of looking through here. The Zombieland Saga, Crunchyroll and Mappa presents Zombieland Saga stage event. I wasn't sure what that was, but it kind of sounds interesting. So thinking about that, that's Friday at noon, I think. So may go to that.
Okay, I'm trying to look through this list as well.
Also, I don't know what Tanabata Festival is, but...
Tanabata is where you write your wishes and hang them on the bang.
I don't think I'll be doing that. Probably won't be doing that then.
Have your wish come true, dude. I'll link it in the Twitch chat if anyone is interested.
Twitcherino.
Wiki.
Let's see. I'm looking through.
Let's see.
There's a Fire Force anime panel that might be interesting. That's that
Yeah, I
show
think
that's
we're-
coming out, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all hype about it.
The same Soul Eater
Yeah.
creator.
Promise
Yep.
Neverland. That might
There's
be cool.
the like Mark said, the Don Machi movie. Oh no, he said Don Machi season 2, but there's a Don Machi. The movie is premiering on Thursday.
Okay.
Um,
What time? That sounds cool.
that one is 1:30 p.m.
I want to go see that. That seems cool.
I don't know if that's a ticketed event, or not.
It's Thursday.
Yeah.
It should say on the thing, get tickets.
Mark says Fire Force artists will be doing live drawings,
Oh,
so it'll
that's
be
cool.
kind of like last year when Sushio did live drawings for Darling in the Franxx. It'll be kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch people do that stuff.
Take a look at Friday. I need to get rid of. So let me look at. Oh, I guess it's not. I wanted to get rid of where they're just showing like anime, and it's like I don't care about what they're showing.
If I look for
It's not a
1,
very
2,
good-
3, I just kind of ignore it.
Yeah,
What was the thing at 1:30? You said it was
that was the Don Machi movie.
looking for it.
Yeah, there's the Zombieland Saga stage event, which looks interesting on Friday. That's
Yeah.
at noon.
Yeah, that looked like something I might go to.
I have the song stuck in my head.
Are you going to the Bang Dream girls band party and Review Starlight Relive special panel?
Yes, we'll definitely be going to that. If any of you are Bang Dream,
Fans.
I guess fans, Aimee is going to be there, and Kudoharu is going to be there, although she's being marketed for Review Starlight because she's in that as well. And then I'm trying to see what else there is. This is kind of like a not very well organized list. Like you should be able to filter out certain things.
Yeah, you should.
Um,
There's no, never mind. Sorry.
there's a Madoka thing. So like I guess their new side project is Magia. So it's like a new. It says explore the world of Puella Magi, Madoka Magica. I believe that's the proper Latin pronunciation. The iconic franchise that revolutionized the magical girl genre celebrate the beginning of a new chapter in this bewitching franchise with Aniplex of America, along with special guests and exclusive giveaways. So they're probably going to reveal what their next project is with that series, or I guess not even series, it's just like world, I guess you could say. All right, you can hear that in the background.
Little music.
Yep. There's the production IG industry panel. Maybe they'll talk about Attack on Titan season 4. There's a lot of stuff. But like in particular, obviously, I'm really excited for the Love Live concert, so that we can
Unfortunately, tickets opened up for a second.
get
and then
more
I
Love Live going on.
Could not get tickets.
Oh,
'Cause I
Yeah,
did
they
not see
did
until super
actually
late.
open up tickets again. I believe it was last.
It was last
When was that? Tuesday, I think.
it was Tuesday or
It was like
Monday.
Tuesday night or afternoon, and they opened up general admission tickets again for both days, which I'm a little worried about because it's like, were these tickets that were returned, or like people did what they were not supposed to and have multiple tickets under their name?
Right.
So I'm wondering if that was the reason why it opened up again, or if they're just packing more people onto the general admission floor, which is
Hopefully
standing
not.
room only, which I
Right.
hope they didn't do. So,
we'll see.
like, if they wanted to bring more people to the concert, they should have just
Gotten
found a
bigger
way
place.
to somehow get it into the Microsoft Theater. I don't know if that was some sort of negotiation deal, or there's the Shrine Auditorium down just a few blocks away, closer to USC, that they could have had it in, and that's like a similar size venue to the Microsoft Theater. So I don't know.
Oops.
But anyways,
We're gonna find out.
I think that'll be a fun concert. If you guys are interested in the Penlight projects, there is Team Kagayaki Tai. It's just kagayakitai.moe, and they have, if you just put in where you're sitting in the venue, it'll show you what you need to do, like what colors you need to put your pen lights, and like when to do it. A bunch of instruction videos. So do spread the word about that. We want to have another successful pen light project year.
Spread the word.
It's very important.
It is. So anything else that you see here, Alec, or should we move on?
No, I think we covered it all. And some of
All
it,
right.
I think, like as it's happening and we're figuring out exactly where we are at certain times, it'll kind of just, let's just go there, and we'll kind of just go there. So.
And if you do see us, like, don't be afraid to say hi.
Yeah, just
or
come up
anything.
and be like,
Yep.
yo, and we'll say, yo.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, basically. But
It'll
more
be that.
excitedly.
It'll be more awkward, actually.
Yeah, probably. So be ready for that. For the awkwardness.
Yes.
All right.
Well, moving on. So we have another discussion topic this week, and this one is a pretty interesting one, and we could have a lot of things to say. So the question is, what anime do you think needs to be changed or remade, and how would you fix it? And let's limit it to two anime. Let's not go any more than that. If
Don't
you don't
go
have
crazy.
two, then that's fine. But let's just not go crazy with it.
Have 16, in fact.
Yeah.
100 different suggestions.
So, Drew, let's start with you.
So the first one that immediately came to mind for me was Aldnoah Zero Season 2. And we've talked about this before, but Season 1 was like so good. It's like it had everything. It was mech, animation was done well, the story made sense,
The cliffhanger.
exciting action, good cliffhanger. And then Season 2 decided to take that really good cliffhanger and instead flip the whole show on its head, and it just became a disaster. The main character like had a bionic brain replacement with his eye or something and became a fucking crazy person. Slain, the Mars like outcast prince who everyone treated like shit, became the main character, and he was terrible. He just like screams and yells the whole time. So the way that I would suggest you improve this is to just redo the whole damn thing, and instead of like bringing characters back who should have been dead, just leave them dead and kind of go from there. I mean, I don't know what it would have looked like otherwise, but I mean, I was just so disappointed. I remember Aldnoah Zero, the first season, being like one of my favorite shows in a
Everyone
long
was
time.
super hyped with that
Yeah,
show.
because it came out of nowhere. No one was really expecting this, and it was just like so good. Everything was done perfectly, and then
They supposedly
destroyed
killed
it.
off the main character,
Trying to
which
remember
everyone
this
was like,
show.
oh man, they killed him off. He got shot in the
Yeah.
head. There's no way he's coming back from that.
Yeah.
And then Season 2 comes, just like, he's
he's
back.
got a
He's got a
robot
bionic
implant.
eye, and like his brain is
but
a
the
computer.
but the AI is taking over his brain.
It was so. I have to preface that with, I believe
I've
it's the
seen
same writer of Code Geass,
It is, yeah.
and we all know how Code Geass Season 2 went. Similar premise. Season 1 ends, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, what's gonna happen? He's gonna become the emperor of Britannia," and then all this random shit happened. They kill off like all these characters, and then beloved characters, and then they fucking pull off that weird ass shit like near the end of the series, and then all of a sudden it's just like, all right, well this is all part of his plan so that he can get killed by Suzaku, and it's like all that shit, and they basically pulled the same thing. So it's like Suzaku's character is like slain in Aldnoah Zero Season 2. Like slain is the fucking very familiar sounding, because Suzaku is from Japan but is a knight for Britannia, and then slain is from the Earth but is a knight of Mars
slave knight. Like
yeah,
everybody
like-
hates him, but they're like, you still have to fight, you idiot.
It is. It felt a little too familiar, but I do agree with you. They just need to change the
Man.
whole second season of that, or just not have it.
Or just not have it. I'm
Yeah.
good with it ending like even if season 1 ended how it did, like it doesn't give you like that much closure because you know that like something else has to happen. But to have it end the way it did, it was super good.
Yeah.
I'm
So
trying to remember if
I don't think
seen
I've
it or
ever.
not.
I don't think I've ever rated a show a 10 and then rated the second season. Like the second season is never lives up to the hype of the first one usually. I think I rated it a 10, and then I'm looking at my anime list. I rated the second season a 1.
It was not good.
It was so bad.
Really bad.
The only redeeming quality was that the music was still done by Sawano Hiroyuki, the guy that does the music for Attack on Titan. So
And actually, the CGI was still good. Like the
Yeah.
fight scenes, like even though they were pointless and meaningless, they were still good. So that was still done really well. It's just the story was god awful.
Yeah. I mean,
Just terrible.
Anyway.
nobody liked the main character in the first season because he was too robotic, and then they literally made him a robot in the
They
second.
turned him into a fucking robot.
So
Jesus.
it was bad.
The second show that I was thinking about that I'll name is Shokugeki because we've actually covered it on this show. The later arcs with Azami and the whole like everyone has to conform to his way of cooking and his takeover of the school. Well, I do think it was cool that like an outside force kind of forces their way in to take over the school. But knowing what I know about the show and like why he actually does it, it's like so infuriating. And then on top of that, you go from like having like these really cool like tournament arc style, cooking battles to just like bitch sessions, and like everyone knows like Soma's either gonna like win or like somehow just because he's a god at cooking apparently, or he just gets like smacked down by someone who's obviously better than him, and it was just like so predictable going forward. So I don't necessarily know how you could fix that as well. I just think the main villain who's driving the different arcs, Alice's and the Nakiri family head or whatever,
Or Alice's uncle, but Arian's dad.
Arina,
Yeah.
that's what I was looking for. Yeah, it was just I don't know. He's felt like he had like too much power, and then like everyone was just following him to follow him. There's no real substance behind it, and I don't know. Yeah, we know it's getting a second season, and I do you guys remember when it's supposed to premiere? It's like soonish.
No.
Maybe
Here, let me
maybe
Google
next
it.
winter or something.
I think it's
Um,
fall. I want to say.
Either fall or winter, I want to say, but
Season-
Alex on it.
Season
Alex is
4,
Googling.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, season 4.
Let's see. Googling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plug it in there, find it. And I think that this season 4 is going to resolve that arc. And one of our viewers, Hobo, was telling me about, because I didn't think it was going to get another season because we all kept ranting about how bad it was. I guess it's still popular.
I'm just seeing late
yeah.
2019.
So probably
late
fall.
2019.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Like, we'll have to talk about it again. Maybe this is something that we bring up again after we finish the latest season. I don't like. Were you guys even planning on watching it? I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna
wanna
watch it.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
don't think we'll cover it.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
probably not. I mean,
Or-
it'll probably like something will happen and we'll bring it up
Yeah.
and we'll talk about it for a little bit, but it's probably not going to be a week to week sort of
Yeah.
deal.
We could talk about it at the
Um,
beginning and the end
Yeah.
if we want.
And then maybe bring this topic back and
Yeah.
now that it's like
How are we
fresher in
gonna
our
fix the
minds,
entire
maybe,
thing?
Yeah, it's like how do we fix it from there? So
Well, how would
those
you
are my
fix it?
two. Yeah.
What would
Get a
you
better
do?
Get a better villain or have the villains like end goal different. I don't know, but those are my two. I don't want to go crazy naming others, so I'll open it back up to you gentlemen.
Alec, what about you?
I was thinking of one. I actually really liked most of it, but Soul Eater, I really hated the ending. I think they need to fix the ending. And then I was reading a while back. Apparently, they kind of ended it weirdly because the manga hadn't ended yet, but it has ended thus far. So I was thinking they should kind of reboot it the same way they rebooted Full Metal Alchemist.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, and like now that it's done, just stay true to it, not have like this weird ending. Like it's like, oh, I was reading some stuff like people are like, oh, we beat him with the power of courage, yeah, and it's just super cheesy. They just make the main character overpowered, and then it's just like, all right, we win, and then it's just over. So it would be cool if they reboot it with the new content and go from there. So I really liked that show. Otherwise, the ending was just poop, which was unfortunate because it's an enjoyable show. So Soul Eater. Yeah. And then I was kind of thinking Rurouni Kenshin, just redo all of season 3.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Just like the entire.
What season is season 3? Like I've watched the show, but the whole thing's like muddled together. Do you remember what happens in that season?
It's essentially like all filler. So like nothing really.
Okay.
What exactly happened? I'm trying to remember the exact. I just remember it not being very good, and I didn't finish the entire season 3. I love season 1, and season 2, but. Yeah, I'm gonna Google it because I'm trying to remember exactly.
Is that before or after the arc when they're in Kyoto?
I think that's after. Is the one which boss
I think
is
it's
in Kyoto?
after.
Because I'm pretty sure
The
Kyoto.
Bandage Man.
That's after. It's after
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Bandage Man is not that. But I really like the police guy when he fights the police officer from his past or whatever in the dojo. That was a really good arc. And then they kind of get to the bandage guy, and then I think they have a whole bunch of filler and they get back to the bandage guy. I don't honestly remember. And it's just like really muddled. There's a lot of filler, and like that's kind of part of it. I think it's been around so long, a lot of people really love it, and they could remake it shorter and better and not have all the filler.
I'm down. I'd be down with that. I think
it'd be a fun one to watch. So those are my 2.
It always, it always resurfaces as like a live action show, and it's always just like the worst.
It's so bad. Is there 2 of them or something like that?
There's at least one. There might be 2. I don't know.
It's really bad. It's really bad. Don't watch it. I watched some of it. And I was like, no.
All right. Well, I have another similar one to Drew's, but this would be Guilty Crown. So so this is going to be a pretty similar formula, but the first season was good, and it ended on a cliffhanger, and then they fucked it up in the second season, and I believe this was also penned by the same Code Geass writer. So just in general, I don't know the name of the writer, but like if you see that he's writing the script, know that the first half is going to be good, and then the second half is going to be a train wreck. Or a group of writers, I don't know. But I remember like the discussion when Guilty Crown was airing back in the day.
Okochi?
I don't remember. Yeah. But you can probably look it up.
Ichiro Okochi.
Yeah, they really messed up the second season of it, and if you haven't seen Guilty Crown, like, so the first season
Goro Taniguchi.
ends like all this like crazy shit's happening. Main character is like being brought into this like vigilante group that is trying to fight back against the corrupt evil guys. And then in the second season, he goes fucking bonkers, becomes like, that Alfred Lord Tennyson quote, like, absolute power corrupts absolutely. He just goes fucking nuts. Then he goes blind.
As you do.
Wait, is it because his mom died? So he went blind?
No.
Man, he doesn't even have a good reason.
He goes blind at the end. It's
of course.
Like no, I think it's not just blind. I'm pretty sure he loses like all of his senses or something. Like he just like can't see, can't hear. Like he's just, and then he's living in his mind virtually with his fucking waifu that also dies, which is a clone of his sister. It's
okay.
It's
the fuck.
It's a train wreck.
Spoilers.
Sounds like it.
I don't mind spoiling it for you because you don't need to watch Guilty Crown. Guilty Crown is one of those shows that everyone memes all the time because it's so fucking bad the way it ends. Nice. Aldno Zero wasn't as bad as Guilty Crown, and that's saying quite a lot.
Wow, damn.
like Guilty Crown takes a little bit more from, so it's like Code Geass,
Oof.
like, you know, second season wasn't as good as the first, but you know, like it was still like a pretty good series. But they did take cues from that by killing off likable characters that people loved, and then making the main character like just freaking ridiculously crazy and,
And
not
blind.
likable at all. But yeah, the Guilty Crown, I would say, changed the whole second season. And like I don't know why you would make the main character like that, but I guess I don't know. Like that show is just ridiculous. So yeah, just like Aldnoah changed the whole second season. And then the other show I'm gonna pick is Charlotte. So Charlotte is that is a series that was, you know, penned by the creator of other kind of visual novelty series like Clannad and Angel Beats. So this was like a Maeda June series.
It looks like it.
And it was good for the first 10 episodes, and then the last few episodes was so rushed and didn't make any sense that like if you had watched it and then stopped at episode 10, you'd be like, all right, yeah, it was a good show. And then if you just watch the last few episodes, you're just like, what the heck? It was just like a victim of like poor pacing, like to be like, hey, we paced this for like a 2 core series, but it ended up being like 12 episodes. So there was just a lot of issues with the pacing at the end. But yeah, I feel like they could do a redo with that series. Like I thought Angel Beats was good, but that also had issues with pacing near the end, but it wasn't nearly as bad as Charlotte. Charlotte was just like, it just completely went off the rails at the end. Like I don't know how you could have such a 180 from episode 10 to 11 and it just goes downhill. You're just like, what the hell's going on?
They cranked it to 11 and it was just too much.
Yeah, they cranked it to -11. But yeah,
Big oof.
if they just fix that by, the only thing they need to do is just make it like a 24 episode series. Like they made freaking what was that show? There was another Maeda June visual novel that got turned into an anime, and that got 2 seasons, and I think it was like a total of like 24 to 26 episodes. It was the one, Alec, I think you watched it. It was the one with the he call girl. She kept calling coffee he call.
Oh, Feekoff?
Yeah. What?
I'm trying to remember the name.
Yeah, it was that one. That one was kind of weird.
It was the one with like the tree.
Yeah, there was the
Yeah.
tree and
the
all that
girl is
stuff.
like, the girl is the planet and she's like trying to figure out how to save everything or whatever.
Yeah,
It's a little strange.
Like-
yeah.
because like even Little Busters got two seasons, and that was like a highly, I guess highly touted visual novel that got turned, and then I felt like the series itself was like pretty poor. A lot of people didn't like the adaptation, but Charlotte didn't become a visual novel until after they finished the anime, so I feel like they probably fixed it in the visual novel. And then like they did a similar thing with Angel Beats, because that didn't become a visual novel until after the anime as well. But yeah, those would be my 2.
Yeah.
Now I really want to figure out what the name of that.
Oh, you know what? It was Rewrite.
Rewrite. That's it. Yeah.
That was
Rewrite.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They
You know what's
haven't.
good about Charlotte though is it has that great meme. Have you seen the meme that's been created off of that? The main character holds like the bread to her and she goes yeah, and then he holds the melon and she goes ah. That's the best. If you I'll try to find it.
It's with the orange hair girl, or is it? which
No,
one?
I think I should be able to find it. It's pretty popular.
Yeah, I
You
feel
keep
like
going. I'll try to find it.
they haven't done
Oh, yeah, here it
a good
is.
Maeda June visual novel since, or sorry, it's Key or Key Studio or whatever. Like another, they haven't done a good Key visual novel adaptation since Clannad. Clannad After
Weird.
Story, actually.
I haven't seen Clannad.
And so what
Oh, that's a
people do
classic.
is they put like something that you like on like the buns that she's holding, and then you have something that she doesn't like on the little melon, and that's the meme template.
Oh, it's like the
But her face is so good.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I mean, those would be my choices. Cool. Well,
That was
moving
cool.
on.
I would.
So,
We'll have to do it again with Mark and see what he chooses.
yeah.
It's
And
too
then
bad he
if
wasn't
anybody
here.
has suggestions for discussion topics, we would like to do these a little bit more often than kind of just blab about what's been airing every week, because
And what
sometimes
we've
that
been
gets
watching.
kind of dry.
A little stale.
But
We don't want to be stale, melon pan.
we don't.
No.
We've got some news, and quite a bit actually. So
I like the first one.
the first one, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but so Kim Kardashian West is starting a new underwear line.
It's like compression underwear.
Yes, and she's calling it kimono, like spelled the exact same way as like the Japanese word for a kimono.
Right. For that
Obviously.
that dress thing that they wear. But
And
not,
so-
it's like a robe.
It's been really hitting like Twitter and like social media, where like a lot of people are rightfully mad that she's taking a word and essentially like it's not exactly cultural misappropriation in like the sense that we think about it nowadays, but like it is actual literal cultural misappropriation because she's taking a word and I guess
Using it to sell a product.
yeah, it's like another culture's word for something and using it for as like you said, selling a product, and probably just because it has Kim in the
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Like that is why she chose it.
I really want to know how she came up with it, and it probably is just Kim.
Yeah.
Oh, my name is in there. Cool. But because it's just so stupid. If you like know what the word is and you look at a kimono and then you're like, oh, you know what would be great? Underwear. That looks just like compression, body colored underwear.
Yeah.
Let's make it.
Nice.
It's like what? What?
And so everyone's been hashtagging their disdain for it with hashtag Kim. Oh no.
Yeah.
Like oh no.
Yeah.
Kim.
OHNO.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And apparently, so in this article, the city of Kyoto sent a letter to Kim Kardashian. It's not in this one, I don't think. But the city, I did see an article where the city of Kyoto sent her like a letter asking her to reconsider the naming of her underwear line, and explaining what a kimono was and how it's like under the UN protected cultural
Things.
things, and so they're like asking her to seriously reconsider her trademark, and they invited her to visit Kyoto and wear a kimono and experience the culture, and so
And she said, no, fuck you.
I don't know, but apparently
She's not
that's
gonna
it.
go.
That's apparently. Oh, she could. You know what? I bet you that's something they would do. Kanye would probably be like, "Yeah, let's go."
And then
And
go and be
then-
like, I know everything about Japanese culture that's ever been. And I created it because I'm God. It's like,
Easy is not God.
right. Yeah. Bunch
Well,
of crazy people.
What do you guys think about this? Do you like? What do you think about the whole outrage and?
I mean, I
this
think
whole
it's
thing?
justified completely. I just, it takes a certain lack of tact to just kind of go about doing something like this. And it's like, oh, I'm going to make this, it's called shapewear. I'm going to take this line of shapewear and just pick a like culturally
It's like
significant
Lululemon and that stuff.
clothing and word and just use it.
Just use it.
Yeah. Because
Well, it's just narcissism. I mean, she's like one of the biggest narcissists out there. I mean, You know, she's gonna do whatever the fuck she wants to do. Doesn't really care what anybody else thinks. And the sad part is, it will probably make a lot of money because
It's
her
got her name on
mobile
it.
game is like one of the most ridiculous money making things like in the world, and it's like this stupid fucking mobile game. So if that makes money, you know, people are gonna buy her, you know,
Shapewear.
shapewear. It's like that Lululemon and like Athleta and like all those brands.
I just like how the memes that were posted in the article, like one of them where it's like Kim, after appropriating African culture and then seeing Japanese culture, she like comes out from behind a bush like and then there's one that says Kim Kardashian West running over Japanese culture on her way to trademark kimono, and it's just a bus ramming a vehicle. It's just like, brown.
Oh, she didn't use a truck?
No, it's like a
Didn't
city
get
bus.
isekai. Oh no! Imagine Kim Kardashian in an isekai.
Oh man,
Imagine her getting isekai. What would her power be?
narcissism.
She'd be useless like Aqua.
She'd be like, I can make shapewear and name it inappropriately.
Sell it, make money.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, yeah. I agree that she probably should reconsider, and by probably, like, she needs to reconsider this because like, just with any culture, like, you can just apply anything, and like the same situation, just take out Japanese and like insert another culture in another, like, very, you know, culturally significant item, or I guess ideology. Like, it doesn't have to be like specifically an item, but, you know, it just anything, and having it being misappropriated as something else to sell. I think that anybody would be in an uproar. It doesn't necessarily just have to be Japanese people, or, you know, in general, people, like, just minorities of any culture.
Just any culturally significant something.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. So, you want to pull this image up, Alec? So we've got the results of the Love Live Perfect Dream Project subunits. So the Nijigasaki subunit names have been revealed. And so the winning name for the duo of Karin and I is Diver Diva. DD, I guess you could call it. But I personally think that that's going to be the best group of the three. And then
Transition scenes real fast.
we'll wait until you pull that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I just don't want to show my desktop.
Oh, you got some secrets on there.
No, I don't know what I
Secrets
have
on the
there.
desktop. Oh no!
Yeah, I don't know
Can't
what's
let the
on
world
He's got the
see.
secret codes so that they can unlock the box to press the red button.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's
Well, while
gonna-
you're figuring that out, I want to ask you, Orlando. Does anyone like the idea of the idol with like the robot face with the expressions or whatever? Like,
I don't know, actually.
every time I see her, I'm like, it's like kind of a novel idea, but I feel like it's so weird. It's like kind of weird.
You're talking about Rena,
I
she's
don't
got
know
like
her name.
the drawings for a face or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, I've got it up here.
Okay. I don't know. I personally think it's kind of weird, and I don't know why. But the idea is that she's supposed to be really shy, but she's going to become an idol anyways.
But she's an idol and she's like gonna sing and perform.
Yeah,
because
but her face
she's
is
got
covered.
the courage of her face. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, have you seen
don't know. It's kinda
Japanese
weird.
YouTubers when they
No,
when
no,
they
no,
cover
I get
they
it.
cover anime songs on shit? They just cover
Yeah,
their
no,
faces.
I get it. It's just I don't know. It feels too novel, right? It's like a gimmick.
You gotta, well, they gotta do something.
Yeah.
Like how many friggin' Idolmaster idols there are? There's a bunch of these like gimmicky idols in there.
That's true.
Just gonna cover my face with this.
So the winner of the trio subunit is Azuna, and so they take syllables from the names of each of the three members. So there's Ayumu, Shizuku, and Setsuna. and so they take the A, the Z, and the N, and turn that into a name for the subunit. I think that one's pretty cool.
That's a good one. I like that better than Diver Diva.
Yeah,
Not saying that their group is gonna be better, but I like the name better.
I like the name better as
Yeah.
well.
Cool.
And then the quartet is called Quartz, but the A is a 4, so whatever.
Two
Like
forts.
people
It's the
probably thought that
reject
was
the
cool.
reject idols. Throw them in the 4.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I think it's just too cheesy.
I personally thought that the name that I chose and sent in was going to be the best, but obviously I think that because it was mine. But
I was gonna say, are you possibly biased in that?
I am possibly biased in that. But so yeah, that group is Kasumi, Kanata, Eve, or no, not Eve, Emma, and Rina. So Drew's favorite one, the one with the drawing
she's-
faces.
she's
Got the
now automatically my
emoji
favorite.
faces as her as her face. So they are Quartz.
Quartz. All right.
But yes, I personally think Via Latia would have been a better name. But
Oh well, they didn't pick it.
obviously biased. They didn't even pick it for the final considerations.
Big oof.
Big ooh.
David says Kizuna Ai is his favorite Japanese YouTuber. I was actually watching a bunch of Kizuna Ai videos yesterday, David. So next on our news is the Saekano Fine anime film premiered in Japan, or will premiere in Japan on October 26th. All new content will be a
Ooh.
continuation from season 2.
Really?
So I will be interested to see that when it premieres,
That'll be cool.
hopefully in English in
I
the
like Sayakano.
US.
Is Shaft doing it?
I don't know.
I'm looking here.
Didn't they do the first? Didn't they do the? Oh no, I'm thinking of a
think
different.
so.
I'm thinking March comes in like a lion.
Yeah,
I
they
like
did March
that
Comes
show.
Like a Lion.
That show's good. Well, everybody should watch it. Kind of depressing though, so be prepared.
We've got a response to a piece of news from last
this
week.
This is good. Yeah.
So Game Freak's Masuda Junichi released a statement in regards to everyone being mad about Pokemon Sword and Shield's Pokedex. And then he says, "Thank you to all of our fans for caring so deeply about Pokemon. Recently, I shared the news that some Pokemon cannot be transferred to Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. I've read all your comments, I doubt it, and I appreciate your love and passion for Pokemon. Just like all of you, we are passionate about Pokemon, and each and every one of them is very important to us. After so many years of developing the Pokemon video games, this was a very difficult decision for me. I'd like to make one thing clear. Even if a specific Pokemon is not available in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, God, how many times are going to put Pokemon in here? That does not mean it will not appear in future games.
In future Pokemon games.
The world of Pokemon continues to evolve. The
you see what he
Galar
did there?
region offers new Pokemon to
man.
encounter, trainers to battle, and adventures to embark on. We are pouring our hearts into these games, and we hope you will look forward to joining us on this new journey.
In Pokemon.
AKA, in the fucking third game they released in this region, the one that's like a, you know how they always do that shit, like
Yeah.
like gold, silver, crystal. Like this, in the definitive version of the game, you will be able to receive all of the Pokemon. Is essentially.
So buy another
He said
game.
future
basically,
games. So buy the third game when it comes out.
and then get everybody.
And you can get them all.
This kind of goes along with my theory too, that like they have to just get the games out and they don't have the sprites for all of them. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna continue to work on that and then release. It'll be Sword, Shield, and then gun or like some other weapon.
Ballast.
Helmets.
Trebuchet.
Trebuchet. And that one will have all the Pokemon in it. They'll release it like when they're ready. So
Pokemon Cherry.
you heard it here. You heard it here.
Pokemon Tar Bucket.
But yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be Ultra Sword and Ultra Shield. That's what it's gonna be. They're gonna release two new games next
Wow.
year
Wow.
because they have to release a Pokemon game every year.
And each one will have
Every year.
half of the full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to buy.
You have
You
to
have to
buy
buy
both.
this version to
And
get
then
half
trade.
next to the other.
And then
And
trade
when you
among
buy
each
both
other.
of them, they give you a code. Like they give you one half of the code in one game, one half of the code in the
Wow.
other game, and then you unlock it. It's like, oh, you've unlocked.
It's like
all the
Exodia, dude.
Pokemon.
Yeah, like Exodia.
It's like Exodia.
Yeah, exactly like Exodia.
Ex-Pokemon, the forbidden one. God,
All right.
ridiculous.
Moving on.
Big
So, 11 Arts will be screening the new Sound Euphonium movie in Canada.
In Connecticut?
in Canada
Man,
this
they're
July.
just going to Connecticut.
Canada.
So,
Let's go to Canada, guys.
Are you sure that soda
Yeah.
that you're drinking?
Are you
is-
sure it
Can't
doesn't say
read.
20%?
I just can't read.
Oh no.
The English dub will screen on July 16th, and then
Killing me.
the subtitled version will be July 18th in Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, in Canada. So the next we've got. So I said this earlier, but Bokuben is getting a season 2 in October. And then Aobuta, the senpai doesn't dream of, or no, Rascal doesn't dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, the Dreaming Girl movie, whatever the full name of
Whatever
The
it's called.
stupid long name for it, yeah.
that. That opened
Season
in Japan.
3, Part 2, Episode 47, Part 3
Game of the year.
edition.
edition.
That debuted in Japan on June 15th, and for that weekend, it was number 7 at the box offices, and so far it's earned 250 million yen. So that's like a pretty sizable amount. It's not like Ghibli film status, but it's
Still
it's
good,
an
yeah.
animation. We've got Don Machi, Arrow of the Orion movie. So that English trailer was revealed, and it's going to premiere in the U.S. on July 23rd. That is actually incorrect. It is premiering at Anime Expo, I believe.
That's what I was gonna say.
So that news is a little wrong, but like in theaters, it will be July 23rd. Yes, and then Shokugeki no Soma will premiere on Toonami starting July 6th. So I believe they're starting from season 1, episode 1, and they're
I
gonna.
want to watch
air it.
I want to watch the trailer because Toonami actually usually does a pretty good job with their trailers introducing the shows.
I'm interested in
so-
how that dub sounds.
Yeah, that as
Yeah.
well. That as well. So,
Bad.
Probably Matt Mercer and who else will be in it?
Troy Baker.
Troy
Yeah,
Baker.
Troy Baker doesn't
yeah.
do like animation stuff anymore. He's too big. But they'll just get Matt Mercer to voice his characters anyways. Yeah. Then we've got New Line Cinema has hired Lindsay Beer to pen the Hello Kitty film script. So her previous credits include Transformers: The Last Night, Godzilla vs. Kong, and Masters of the Universe. And as we know, a lot of these properties are becoming films. I don't know if this is going to be a live action film, but like, are we going to get another Sonic situation here? Like,
God.
it's a Hello Kitty movie. I'm just not sure what is going to happen with this, but I guess we just got to take random things because no one can think of anything original nowadays.
We get what we get.
We do get what we get.
I can't believe it. Shokugeki came out in 2015. It's been 4 years.
Wow.
Yep, it has.
Man,
Been a
time
while.
flies. Anyway.
And it's become such a train wreck in all of those years.
It's
So,
so good.
Think back at how good that first season was, though.
I remember
was
the
good.
hype that people kept telling me, you gotta watch this show. You gotta
Yeah.
watch Lewd Cooking.
It
You
was
gotta
hype.
watch Lewd Cooking.
That
Food
was-
cooking.
That was like, so you had taken a hiatus from watching anime for a while, and you started to get back into it around then. And I believe you binged the whole season in
Yeah.
like a couple days.
Yeah, like
Binge
very,
Lord,
very
yeah.
quickly. And I was like, oh shit, it's so good. And I just watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then it just, yeah.
Yep.
Became
we know
what
the
it,
rest.
What it became.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. We
We got what we
story.
got.
We did.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys have any other news to share?
I feel like I was thinking about something, but I can't remember.
I was at AMC the other day. The Ghibli films are still playing. Check them out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Different months and stuff. So
Oh, I did. If anyone was interested, I did finish Kingdom Hearts 3, but I can't spoil
spoilers.
it
No
because
spoilerinos.
Rolando still has to play it. But I have some strong feelings about it.
It's a spoiler.
Especially after playing them all from
Whatever.
start
I
to
know
finish.
everyone's pretty negative about the about it.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunate.
I'll say it might take you a while, Rolando, but if you ever do finish it, I know Mark's working on it too, so we can maybe have a conversation about it.
yeah.
Little chatterino.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that concludes episode 105 of the Anime on Draft podcast. So, if you would like to know where to find our content, you can go to our WordPress, animeondraft.wordpress.com. It hasn't been updated in a while, but it does have links to all of our social media, almost all of it. I looked at it the other day and I was like, no one's updated this in a while.
Yeah. It needs.
It
to
hasn't
get
been
updated.
updated since episode 74, I believe.
Oh man.
And
Yeah, I might need to get back
our
on
social media is not all on there, so that's an interesting thing. But anyways, our Twitter is at Anime on Draft. Mark is helming that. If you would like to send him a nice message, he will probably respond to you. And
He's pretty good about it.
he is pretty good about it. We are all using our Instagram, Anime on Draft Podcast, so everyone's kind of sharing what beers they're drinking weekly, just like on any day of the week. Like I shared earlier this week a beer from Echigo, and it was an IPA. It was pretty good.
Cool can art too, so I would definitely recommend checking it out.
Yeah, it's like looks like Shenlong.
Dragon.
Dragon
But
Ball Z
yeah.
beer.
Dragon Ball Z beer. We are also on all, or not all, podcast services because I don't think we're on Google.
And we're not
But
on Stitcher.
yes, we are on most podcast services. So we are on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and then you can find our Twitch VODs on YouTube and on Twitch. But just go to twitch.tv/animeondraft and you can find our VODs there. And then go ahead and give us a follow, and you can turn on the notifications. You'll be notified when we go live. But normally we go live Sundays around 7:30 ish, and that's Pacific time. So yes, if you would like to send any recommendations, comments, any concerns to us, just email us at animeondraft@gmail.com, or on our WordPress. We also have a contact page that will send to that email as well. So yeah, I think that wraps up episode 105, and it was a pretty long one, but I think there was a lot of stuff to talk about.
We had a new segment that we may do again in the future.
Yeah. If you guys have any, recommendations for topics you want to hear us discuss, please do send. We will look into that and try and include it into our future content.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
Well, without further ado, we will say adieu. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.